Hello everyone, welcome to my booktube channel, Books My Heart. I'm Angela. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. The Folger Shakespeare Library in DC currently has an exhibit on display entitled Will and Jane, Shakespeare and Austen, The Cult of Celebrity. I recently went and checked out this exhibit and did a guided tour of the library itself. Since this is a review, I'm going to be completely honest about my experience. The library opens at 10 a.m. I believe, and I arrived around 10:15, 10:30. I wanted to walk around, see the exhibit, and then go on the tour at 11. The Folger Shakespeare Library is set up so that it is the library itself for academics who want to do research and need those particular volumes, and so the rest of the public only has access to whatever exhibit is currently on display. Not surprisingly, the Folger Shakespeare Library is mostly a library, and if you are a researcher or an academic of some sort, you can apply to be accepted to go do your research there. But you need a special reason to need their library. You need to be seeking something only they have. The main public only has access to this long hallway of sorts, and then the tour guide can escort them around other parts of the building. But until the tour guide arrives, you only have access to this one long hallway. My tour guide was about 15 or 20 minutes late on the day that I was there, and so I was kind of left in the lurch a little bit. I had just walked around, and I planned on staying after to take some more selfies or something, just to walk around and just really take it all in. If I am being honest, I found it really unprofessional that the tour guide was 20 minutes late. And I mention this because it is an honest review. When she arrived, the tour guide took me and the rest of the group to go see this back room where they housed Shakespeare's first folio. That was impressive. I was really excited to see that on display, but it is not on display for the main public. You have to have the tour guide escort you back. Otherwise, the public cannot just wander in there. Seeing one of Shakespeare's first folios was really impressive. The tour guide then took the rest of the group back to see the Will and Jane exhibit. At this particular point, I had already been walking around for about 45 minutes, so I was rather well versed in what was on display. There was a ring that supposedly belonged to Jane Austen, and fun fact, Kelly Clarkson spent an extravagant amount of money trying to purchase this ring, but since she was not a British citizen, and the British citizens then raised enough money to have the ring be sold back to them, she was no longer allowed to keep it. A duplicate copy of this ring now exists on display at the Folger Shakespeare Library. Apparently, the highlight of this exhibit is the shirt Colin Firth wore in the 1995 miniseries of Pride and Prejudice. For those of you unfamiliar with this reference, Colin Firth as Mr. Darcy dives into a lake and goes swimming briefly and comes up out of the lake soaking wet in his white shirt. This has since become an iconic image. There's even a statue of Colin Firth as Mr. Darcy in that lake. I say this shirt is one of the main, if not the main item on display for a number of reasons. First of all, the shirt is in this giant case in the middle of the exhibit. All the other displays have numerous items inside. In regards to the shirt, it is the only item. Not only is the shirt in a prime location, but there is also this large screen next to it, replaying the same few scenes over and over again. This screen shows the original image of Colin Firth as Mr. Darcy, Hugh Grant in the Bridget Jones's Diary adaptation in which he falls into the lake, and Benedict Cumberbatch channeling his inner Darcy for a charity photo shoot. This screen is quite large, and it plays these images over and over again, trying to entice visitors to come see the shirt. The tour guide I had also specifically pointed this shirt out. At this particular point in my tour, the fire alarm went off, and everyone had to vacate the building. I learned that the Folger Shakespeare Library employs quite a few people because I saw a majority of them proceed to walk outside during the fire alarm. Once we were allowed back inside, the tour guide took the group to go see the Sense and Sensibility cast rehearse for their upcoming production. And the tour ended immediately after that. If you are a true fan of the 1995 miniseries with Colin Firth, you can now go see his shirt on display at the Folger Shakespeare Library. Aside from that one item that was truly recognizable, there was not too much else on display. I will admit that I did have a fangirl moment or two when I realized Emma Thompson sent her original screenplay for Sense and Sensibility to the museum to be put on display. There were handwritten notes in the margins, so you could visibly see her genius at work. Seeing Emma Thompson's Academy Award-winning screenplay on display was amazing. That item was probably the highlight of my visit. Overall, I was really happy I went to go see the Will and Jane exhibit. If you are a fan of the Folger Shakespeare Library or you've gone to the Will and Jane exhibit, let me know down in the comment section. If there are other exhibits that I need to go see, recommend them down below, because I will go see them. Don't forget to give today's video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more bookish videos every Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great reading day.